what she yelling for. Lay back, it's all been done before.
War of the Realms X-Men tie-in issue is the second of the three. Sabretooth is on the cover for a reason, because he's in this comic book. That's the reason. Perez is drawing X-Men, and I would be perfectly fine if he's drawing X-Men for the rest of his Marvel career, because he does a damn good job of it. It takes advantage of the Valkyrie situation with Danny Moonstar, Mirage. We don't call her Mirage, we just call her Danny. Which, and I'm about to go on a side rant, or side topic. Danny is 4 letters, the letter I is nice and slim. Like, the less space you take on my comic book pages, the more Chillmonger appreciates it. So don't use the name Mirage. If there's a way to shorten it, don't call him Cyclops, don't call him Scott. Call him Slim. It's got 1 less letter than Scott. You feel me? That's my opinion on matters as such. So Logan or Wolverine. I'd go with Logan as much as possible. But I know the X-Men have that thing where you can't call them by their real names when you're on a mission. They'll like scold you for it. Look, I got through 1 page and I'm not even talking about the comic book. So they are fighting, continuing, getting these frost giants. There's actually a first appearance for this frost giant. They gave him a name. What was his name over here? Koga the Deceased, they called him. His name is Koga the Deceased, so watch out for that, collectors. This is a limited issue. It's the second of... Whoa. Legacy 636. How does this fit into the numbering of Legacy? Marvel's really... See, they champion those milestone comic issues. The issue 700s of War of Uncanny X-Men. The issue 700 of Avengers. Spider-Man just reached 800. They're even doing Marvel Comics 1000, which, if you don't know my opinion on it, I have a very low opinion on it. They did not earn these 1000 comics. They don't have 1000 comics. Nothing. The highest is Spider-Man, and if we go bi-weekly for a few more years, look, 2013 was issue 700. We just had 800 last year, so 5 years. In 2028, I'm there. Spider-Man 1000, the Giga Spider. I'm down to read that storyline. So Multiple Man is kind of the MVP of this mission. He's the one protecting everyone, multiplying himself. Hope Summers, borrows some of that power, and we see her die. And I'm like, damn, Matthew Rosenberg's getting rid of everybody. No, she was using a dupe, and they got me. And she said, yeah, how come Jamie always complains whenever he loses a dupe because he's soft? What happened to Hope? Hope! Her name is Hope. She used to be so much not like this, and now she's just like villainous. I hope we kill her. If we're getting rid of people, I know Chamber's gone. Not in this issue. This happens before the Uncanny X-Men that we're reading right now. Chamber's dead. Freaking Rani Sinclair, if that's how you pronounce Wolfsbane's name, she's gone. But this is gonna be her issue because look how slick Havoc looks. Look at that stuff. Got his little binoculars. His brother with his Zark, when he's over there, and you see that picture, I'm just skipping over to the part where you see him looking through the telescope. Look at that, lobotomizes this frost giant, comes in right at the nick of time to do that, and he's just posted up like Perez, man. Mwah. Good job. He's just chilling, saying, I'll see you back at the base in a few. And back at the base, all these people who they just saved, they're just conversating with them normally. And I'm wondering, why the hell is this happening? Aren't they supposed to be like dead? Isn't everyone not supposed to know that they're there? Aren't we supposed to be happy everyone has the was it vaccination or some sort of thing that eliminated the mutant gene because the humans hated them? It kind of came out because man lets it slip. The officer talking, he says something about, he says the word mutie, which you can't say around mutants. And the reason he said mutie was because there are other mutants who are in Manhattan right now. One of them is Robert Sunspot, is one of those other mutants. So that's how he joins the team, and we'll see him later in other issues of Uncanny X-Men proper. Happy about that. So we are building a team, and this does serve a purpose for the X-Men. Does it serve a purpose for War of the Realms? It kind of does, but it also doesn't. The short answer to the question is no. The long answer is Sabretooth is the villain in this comic book, and he sees what's going on. He's a bad guy. He's back to being a bad guy after that Axis stuff. And he says Malekith is giving away lands, taking over continents. He wants some of that action, and that's his motivation. Makes sense. It ties it in with the War of the Realms stuff. I hope you didn't hear those dogs barking in the background. As little as the X-Men are in the War of the Realms, other than Logan being mentioned in there, this mentions the War of the Realms just as little as well. It's part of the story for the sake of selling this book and justifying putting both these titles on a comic. Whatever, I'll take more Matthew Rosenberg, more story. I hope something comes out of this three-part mini-series that sticks to the main X-Men lore. Who am I kidding? Jonathan Hickman is writing the X-Men right after this, and I'm sure he's not going to be respecting a whole lot that has happened since frickin' Grant Morrison over here on the right. Which was a good series of Grant Morrison, but how do they say that? How do they say that it goes from 63 to 75 to 91 and 95? I would have skipped to 95. Then they say 2001 New X-Men. Like, I think House of M, that story arc going into Second Coming, going into the one in San Francisco, had the word massacre in it. I forget the name of the title. But that one, those are some important stories. That's like my favorite X-Men thing, from the losing the mutants to Hope Summers, learning the Iron Fist ways and defeating the Phoenix Force with the help of Scarlet Witch and mutants coming back. And I feel like that arc from 2005 to 2012 is a contained story. And then since then, it's just been, here, writer, take away, do your own thing. Bendis, here, you got to do this. Jason Aaron, you get to do that. But these are both, they never really merged. I don't feel like having two different X-writers helped. I know it was a bad decision, as much as I like Bendis' stuff and I like Jason Aaron stuff, but the X-Men had no direction. What they did with the Inhumans, we all know, was a tragedy. But hey, Hickman, yeah, I can only hope, because I'm loving what Matthew Rosenberg's writing. That's my opinions on the X-Men, my favorite team of Marvel, my favorite book. Overall, I'm liking Ironheart right now. I'm also liking Champions right now. But overall, I'm an X-Men fan. I'm actually a mutant myself. The other mutant from Wakanda, Chillmonger. You might have heard it. No? Never heard? That's my channel. So you can subscribe, you can like, you can dislike.